What is up, Group Coach Nation? More live Q&A. So here is a great point, and I'll reference Tom's question here. Don't create something before you get paid. That's something that I actually have on the Group Coach Nation website, and a guy named Tom, I think heard us speaking about that on some other platform we were on. Yeah, Tom, let's dive into that a bit. Tom just joined. Welcome to Group Coach Nation, Tom. To answer that question a little more specifically for you, Tom. And by the way, that's why we do this program here, guys, is so you can get answers to building your own high ticket group coaching program, mastermind, that sort of thing. So, Tom, you mentioned don't create something before you get paid. I've done the opposite and would like to turn that around. Tom, man, well done. Well done noticing that, first of all. For many of us, we get caught, Tom, I super want to applaud you on that. For many of us, we get caught in this cycle of being creative, right? We're entrepreneurs. We want to make something new. We see a problem that we know how to solve, and we want to create this whole thing around it, a product or service, and make that something special, something that will change the world. And it will. Here's the thing. Tom, you're probably realizing this. I've done this so many times and failed so often doing this the wrong way. I see a need, I create a solution, but I forget to actually confirm, does the solution I feel like is necessary, the solution the market thinks is necessary? Now, here's the thing. Markets, as we watch them, as we see other people struggling, what's up? So good to see you. As we struggle and see other people in the market struggling, we think, oh my gosh, I can solve that. My info product, my mastermind, my group coaching, my high ticket offer, whatever, can fix that problem. But until we confirm that with the market, we really don't have anything. And let me be clear about what I mean by confirm that. And I think, Tom, this will answer that question more specifically. Hey, so welcome, guys. So glad to see you guys. Ask questions if you have them. This is live. Feel free to fire away. If you're watching this in a replay, ask your questions below. That's how Tom asked his question. We'll catch up to you. When you're seeing a problem in a market, the most important thing to do is not just document it, write it down, ask 20 people in your market what the problem is, and if you could find a solution, could you sell it to them, whatever. I get that. Those are important things. But the most important thing you can do before you start doing anything to actually build out their solution is see if they'll pay you. Getting paid is the important thing. Now, that's for a couple of reasons. Obviously, because we got to have cash flow, right? We're entrepreneurs. We got to make a buck so we can be sustainable and serve other people and serve our families, serve our communities, take care of your own stuff. If they're not paying, though, they're really not going to take action on what you're telling them to do. That's so critical. And when it comes to high ticket selling or group programs where you're bringing people in and charging a real amount, those people truly will change their lives if you're able to bring them in at a high payment level, a high commitment level, and a high action level. And let me explain why that works. And then Tom will even get back to your question in more detail. That in a group setting, a mastermind, high ticket group coaching program, whatever you want to call it, having 10, 12, 15, 20 people in a group, that's legit, okay? You got something really going. That's very simple to do. You just got to follow the process. But here's the thing. If nobody's paying, or they're all paying $100 to be in that group, truly the transformation they're going to get is going to be much lower. Even if you're delivering $100,000 information, their transformation isn't going to be that great because they really haven't bought in at that high level. And here's the thing that's really magic. Groups, masterminds, the masterminds I get to teach, I'm blown away at the quality of people that are in the mastermind I get to teach. And that's what makes this change happen. It's not me as the host. Oh my gosh, I wish it was. But it's really the other people in the group who are changing people's lives. So when you bring somebody into a group and you charge them $5,000 or $50,000 or $100,000 or whatever you charge for people being in your mastermind, ask questions about pricing if you have them. It's easy to fix that. You bring people in your group at that high level. They're in a space with their peers now who are also at a very high level. What's up, folks? Good to see you guys. Ask questions if you have them. They're there to bring people. So there are 10, 15, 20 people in there, all paying a lot of money to be in that group. And now your group members, your mastermind members, are changing each other's lives. Not because they're givers, not because they're insightful, not because they know how to solve problems. Yes, that's part of it. But because they're all there together. They all paid real money to be there. They all want real transformation, and they want it now. That is a huge piece to this high ticket group coaching or mastermind building process. The transformation people get in groups is more, faster, better, longer lasting, all those things than one-on-one coaching or done for you services. All right. Sir, some clients want one-on-one, some clients want done for you. But if clients are wanting to learn what you do and figure out how to do it, groups handle that better. That client will get more out of a group. If they're in a group of people who are paying real money and committing real time to getting this done, they will change more rapidly because they're in there with a group of pros who are serious about getting stuff done. That's why we charge high ticket. That's why we charge before we build. Now let's dive into charging before we build to answer Tom's question more directly. Many of us, again, me included, like I said a minute ago, I built so many e-courses, so many programs, so many done for you service models, so many funnels, so many ad sets. Oh my gosh, like I added it up recently before I spoke on somebody else's platform because they were asking like, what's been your failures in the past? You know, people ask that question. I added up, and we were over $100,000 on ad spend on 5 different e-course ideas, just doing what I was told to do, right? I took e-courses on how to build e-courses and how to run a funnel and how to throw ads at it. And we were $100,000 in, and we sold one $2,000 e-course, 1997. Whoever bought it didn't even open it. And then I went to a mastermind. I purchased a mastermind, and it's $30,000, right? I was in a mastermind. I spent $30,000 to be in it. And the first day I was in that mastermind, the people I was in there because there were a whole bunch of e-course leaders and sellers. I was trying to figure out what I do wrong. First day I was in there, everybody gets up, gets to share their little story. Here's where I'm coming from. There's like 20 or 30 people. I had probably 60 people in the room. We all had to prove our income to be in the room. It was legit people. And they're like, okay, how's the mastermind going for you so far? What's going on? How's this working? So I was explaining, here's my process. Here's where I failed. Here's where all the money I spent. Like, what am I doing? What's wrong? Like everybody instantly was like, oh, well, how's your mastermind going? And I was like, it's going great. I've been here for 30 minutes. You know, it's going great. Like everybody so far. No, like, how is your mastermind going, Chris? And I was like, I don't have a mastermind. I'm trying to sell my information on e-courses because that's what I thought I was supposed to do. I'm like, no, Chris, we all started with having our own high ticket mastermind. And then we got paid. Oh my gosh, light bulb. We got paid, have 5 people, 10 people in there, whatever, spending $5K a piece. Doesn't matter. Pick a number. Let's say you have 10 people in there. Spending $5K a piece. You're getting $50,000 now to get paid to build the material that you're going to use in your online course. You're getting paid to confirm the model. You're getting paid to show up and teach and answer questions. So you're going to throw out 20 slides in a conversation once a week. They're going to have questions. You're going to break it down. You're going to help them with worksheets. You're going to help them with templates. You're going to help them change their lives collectively as a group. And then you're going to take all those notes. You're going to put them in the next presentation. You're going to do it again. You're going to run 2 or 3 masterminds. You're going to get paid every freaking time. And you're going to use that momentum to not only hire the team members you need, build the systems, get the software, all that stuff going, but you're going to actually know and you're going to prove that the thing you're selling, the way you're selling it, the scripting you're using, the conversations that go on in sales calls actually work. They get a credit card swiped, and the transformation you deliver will change their lives. You're going to prove all of that before you ever launch an online e-product and run it through a funnel. A blind funnel is a waste of time and money. A funnel that's well informed, that's been proven by people swiping their credit cards, is a brilliant machine. I swapped. I just flipped that model over, and voila, like it worked. 7 or 8 weeks later, boom. I can't believe I haven't told this story more. Right here on this Group Coach Nation, right? This is how it started for me. 7 or 8 weeks later, I had my own mastermind. I think we enrolled like 8 or 10 people the first time. 7 weeks, I think it was about 7 weeks. And I was scared to death to do that. So I charged, I forget, it was something low, like $5,000, something like that. We got people in there though, and it worked. And that proved our model. And then we were able to take off. The first 3 or 4 weeks when I was trying to do that, I was talking to a lot of people and there was a lot of failure, you know? Yeah. But when I got 5, 6 weeks into it and started practicing what I was selling and realizing, oh, I'm selling what they want, I'm just not communicating that clearly. And all of a sudden people started buying. And then once you realized why they were buying and how you could change their lives and what they were responding to, not when I got good at a sales pitch that convinced somebody to do what they didn't want to do. Don't ever do that, folks. That's horrible. Nobody likes that. You don't like it, they don't like it. But when I got good at realizing, oh, I see what they need, and I see how I'm just simply not offering it in a way that they can grasp. When I figured that out, they started buying. When they started buying, that made such a difference. I confirmed what we had to sell was real. And it was done because of really swiping credit cards. Good stuff, man. Thanks for saying that. I can't see your name up there. So whoever you are, thanks for saying that. So glad you're here. Ultimately, back to Tom's question. Again, Tom was seeing us on somebody else's platform, and he said, you mentioned don't create something before you get paid. I've done the opposite. Would like to turn that around. Tom, you can turn that around. Obviously, everything I'm telling you right now, man, I've done the opposite too. And once I figured out masterminds, I turned it around. Here's how to turn that around. Okay. Let's just kind of get some brass tacks down to this thing. Turning it around is relatively simple. It honestly just takes a little bit of creative thinking and a lot of guts. Okay. The creative thinking part is you're seeing what people need out there in the market. You think you have an idea, so you build something before you get paid, right? Like we all do. That's backwards. I get it. We've all kind of learned that the wrong way. Not your fault. The right way to do it is you see a need out there, and then you reach out to people who have that need, or you think are in the space that are going to have that need. A certain demographic, a certain market, some certain subset of a certain market. Like, who's got the need that you see that you can help with? Reach out to them, start a conversation, get them on a call, like invite them to a Zoom call and say, hey, I think I have a solution for this. We were chatting about this. You're mentioning this problem. I got a solution for this. Let's talk. Like, how can I help you? And really just talk to them. Find out how you can help them and invite them to get help from you. I highly recommend, obviously, invite them to join a group that you're building to work on that collectively with other people like themselves and get it fixed together. Explain how the group process works. Explain they'll get faster transformation in a group and invite them to that process. Now, you're having real conversations, you're in real sales calls, you're talking to real people, inviting them to real stuff, and you haven't built anything yet. Keep doing that until somebody says, yes, that makes sense. I'd like to join your group for $10,000, $5,000, $50,000, whatever you want the number to be. Help them with a payment plan if they need it. Get their credit card going. Once you make one sale like that, you're going to be like so blown away, and you're going to think, oh my gosh, like, this is exactly what I thought, and that's what everybody thinks. Oh my gosh, somebody just bought. That's never going to happen again. What if they're the only person that buys? What if I can't get a group started? Well, think about it. Worst case scenario is, fine, you work with that person one-on-one. But the reality of it is, by the time you get that one person to purchase, you've probably got another 15 or 20 people on your calendar. You're going to get more purchases. You just simply cracked it. You figured it out. You got the code. Once you get your third person to buy, then you're really off to the races. Because then you can go back and track back what worked with those three people. You'll start seeing patterns. And now, if your start date is a month from that first sale, when you make the first sale, they say, hey, when's it going to start? Tell them it's going to start in a month. We'll be starting the first of next month. Great. Get out there, close 3 more sales, 5 more sales, 10 more sales, and you got something. I know I'm making that sound way too simple, right? I get it. There's a lot of work and a lot of steps and a lot of process in there. Lean and ask questions. That's why we're here. But that works. That works. It's worked for me. It's worked for, look at Group Coach Nation. We got thousands of people in here, folks. If this stuff works, okay, we're not doing this because it doesn't work. I'm running a business off the same model. And I made that change truly because I was creating things before I was getting paid. And that was a dead end street. Fortunately for me, when I was doing that, I had a done-for-you agency that was working really well. And I had a lot of time and a lot of leftover money. And so that gave me a chance to go out there and experiment and build something before I was getting paid. But it was a waste of money. Oh my gosh. And a waste of time. You know, the time is really where it's at. You can make more money. Even if you're not making a ton right now, or if you're making a ton right now, whatever you're at, you know, you can make more money. You just can't get more time. Time's where it's at. So don't spend the time to build something. Get paid, then build. GroupCoachNation.com. I actually have this same thing written out, by the way, and read about it. Like, study this stuff. Go to GroupCoachNation.com. It's free for you guys. We have it in the community here. and find out where you are in the process. Look at the resources we have. There's tons of stuff there for you. Okay. But here's the thing. Get paid before you build something. You can do this. Also, as always, ask questions. That's why I'm here today answering your questions to make sure you get to move this thing forward. Your expertise is so needed. You got this. Get out there and share it. Just please get paid before you build something. Because when it comes down to it, really, when it comes down to it, time is the only limited resource you have. And here's why that's so important to me. I got 5 kids. Jill and I have 5 kids. I want to hang out with them constantly. Time's important. But let's take a step even back into the business away from the real life stuff. In our businesses, if we want to help people, we want to change lives, we want to build a sustainable business model that frees you in your life and gets your time back so you can enjoy stuff in your life, the time you put into it early on is so important. And we got to make sure that we've managed that well and that you are getting to cash flow, positive cash flow as quickly as possible. When you make that jump, you get the positive cash flow, you can put some systems and team members around you. You will take off. If you're already in that place where you've been doing this for a while, you're having success, you're doing a ton of one-on-one, you get a lot of high ticket done for your services, whatever, good for you. That's where I was too when I started this whole thing. And good for you. But ultimately, time is still the crunch, right? If you're there, you're probably like I was, working 12 to 16-hour days. You can get that back under control. Folks running 2 masterminds. I run 2 masterminds at a time, typically. 2 masterminds, plus all the stuff we do, speaking on other people's platforms, creating content, all the outreach we do, all of that. I do that in about 8 to 10 hours a week. It doesn't take that much time. Be smart though. Get paid before you build, and then you can build something sustainable that actually gets your life back. Okay, that's it for today. Group Coach Nation has a ton of answers. Dive in, ask us questions here. We have tons of places for you to interact with us and ask us questions. If we already have something recorded for you, you're like, I got a specific question, how do I solve this thing? My team and I will point you to that thing. If we don't, we will add you to the queue and we'll get your question set up and ready to rock. All right, talk soon, kids. You guys are amazing. Get out there and do awesome work. Change lives around you. I promise you change your own. It's crazy how it works. All right, you guys talk later. Chris Williams here again for Group Coach Nation. Ask your questions. We'll get it sorted out.